Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War pro modcasts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Playing as the Imperial Guard, we've got Blueman52. And playing as the Forces of Chaos, we have got Itness. Itness will be opening up with double cultists, a Chaos Temple, and a Plasma Generator. Whereas the Imperial Guard will go for triple Guardsman Squads, a Tech Priest Engineer, a Plasma Generator, and a Infantry Command. I do quite like the matchup of Chaos versus the Imperial Guard. They've got some nice alternative dynamics between the two factions in Dawn of War Pro, especially when it comes to the heroes, which of course Itness is not going to go for his Chaos Lord straight away, which is odd. You would normally see the Chaos Lord come out straight away. And oh, well, same for Blueman52, going for a Commissar instead of his usual command squad. But yeah, it's Chaos Lord who comes out. He's meant to be bashing people straight in the face. There we go, he's now going to come out and say hello. Command squad, not normally the face bashing in the first part of the game in Dawn of War Pro, or at least especially when there's a Chaos Lord on the field. Able to, he plays more like a supportive role, I would say, in this kind of matchup. And oh, going to delay him again and go for another Commissar, limit of 2. That's quite interesting. So these guys, not only do they increase the amount of maximum damage, maximum morale that a squad has, they also increase the morale and the accuracy by about 10%, which is stackable for nearby Commissars as well. So if you've got 2 Commissars in a particular area, well, that's quite cool, isn't it? So this guy's going to come along with his power sword and get a good licking on these guys. Oh no, never mind. Clearly the caster curse is strong in this game today, I'm afraid. But this heretic is not going to see much more sunshine if he continues. Over here we do have some Chaos Space Marines with a good rate of fire taking on these Guardsmen. Guardsmen without their heroes early in the game are quite weak, I would say. Need to, there we go, stick a Commissar on those boys, increasing their accuracy and whatnot. And Command Squad coming out, not seeing any Psykers at the moment, so just saving that money. We have seen a lot of Guardsmen being spawned, to be fair. Capping all those points as quickly as possible. Fata Morga, known for its high economy games. Tainted Aspects being popped down there. As these guys prepare for a little bit of an argy-bargy in the centre. Cultists, though, seeing all those Commissars backing up a bit before going back in. A little bit indecisive here, shall we say. The Imperial Guard do a main bit of damage in close combat, 20 and 27. Significantly more melee orientated with their bayonets. Do have a commander squad coming out. And he's going to go for double Commissars. Jesus, so that's like 40% additional accuracy at range. And also increasing all the morale all day long. Don't know if there's a maximum cap for all those buffs. Well, I do believe that after a while, the additional accuracy bonuses become kind of... Oh, what was it? It's non-committal gains? It's diminishing returns, that's what it is. After all, what's the difference between 85% accuracy and 95% accuracy? Not much in the grand scheme of things. As these Chaos Space Marines come out, start adding their bolter damage at range. Over on this side, we do have some Cassicans manoeuvring around the side, able to infiltrate themselves temporarily and also while in cover once that tactical control reset is put into place. Same thing with these cultists as well. But I imagine that their research comes from the armory. Yeah, Cassicans just going to walk in. Nothing for them to decap, so just going to be a bit of a nuisance. Bit of a fly in the ointment, but some Khorne Berserkers in fabulous pink regalia will come out. Give them a good spanking. Got about a 9% charge movement speed buff when in melee combat. Over here we do have... Oh, what are you doing? We do have the Imperial Guard going up against this listing post. Relic's absolutely important to get in pro, as they gain your hero all the... Oh, what's it called? All the research upgrades you could possibly want. Haven't seen much in the way of upgrades for now. We have seen our first Psyker out on the field. Zapping this Chaos Lord while providing a range damage reduction to anyone nearby. Command Squad quite lethal in melee now at the moment, with all the power weapons you could possibly want or need. Chaos Lord, though, definitely one of, if not the most deadly hero in melee combat for the early game. There we go, being pushed back. both the Commander Squad and the Chaos Space Marines. Over here, the Khorne Berserkers reduced to 2 models, but they are still going strong against the Kasrkins. Kasrkins not very good in melee, in all fairness. Wonderful sync kills going on these guys. A grenade being thrown down on these Khorne Berserkers as the Imperial Guard continue to push into the base of the Chaos Space Marines. But yeah, the Chaos Lord will need that relic if he wants to become a Demon Prince later on in the game. All of his upgrades basically upgrade his health and damage. Does get a couple of other ones. His Stygian Jambo, I think, increases movement speed or something. Helmet of Damnation allows him to increase his vision. Imperial Guard have got interesting hero upgrades in the sense that in the tier 3 upgrades, they get to upgrade their Inquisitor, either turning him into a anti-hero unit, an anti-demon unit, or a anti-infantry unit with a plasma pistol and a general exterminatus ability. Heavy weapons team being used quite aggressively. As that Chaos Space Marine did a little bit of a Michael Jackson slide. Over on this side, we've got the Khorne Berserkers and Heretics joining their ranks, being a real nuisance. Taking down a relic and whatnot. Also going to have a look at this listing post. But the Chaos Lord has been taken down. Temporary reduction in morale as well as their morale regeneration rate. Chaos Space Marines also looking to come out. There we go. They've managed to pop themselves. And with every upgrade that you give your hero, they become a little bit more expensive to recruit. Got to keep that in mind. Kasrkins over here not really doing a great job. Looking at these listing posts being taken down by the Khorne Berserkers, but a heavy weapons team will come down. But not save the listing post in time, but destroying that Heretic squad there. 77 and 10 compared to 89 and 20. Got a bit of blue float over for the Imperial Guard there, though. Khorne Berserkers are being a bit brave and brash. Trying to decap that strategic point. But just going to tank all the damage in the face. Grenades from the Kasrkins knocking them on the backside. The Imperial Guard will fall back. And yeah, this is quite the overextension from Itness. Unless he's just trying to free up some... I mean, he might... Oh, sorry. I mean, he doesn't need to free up any infantry slots, but... Fair enough. What's going on in the bases at the moment? We do have the armories up, so these Chaos Space Marines have gone for some heavy bolters. Tier 2 is on the way for the Forces of Chaos. Tier 2 has been popped for the Imperial Guard, gone for the tactical control. Tech Priest Engine C is popping all the plasma generators along the lines. And these listing posts not being upgraded. Same with a lot of these... Oh no, never mind, these 2 listing posts over here for the Chaos. In fact, all 3 have been upgraded. So interesting stuff. Once Tier 2 goes, they will be able to get their Chimeras from the Field Command, as well as their Rhinos from the Desecrate Stronghold. Do apologise. Yeah. The cough is real. Yeah, Space Marines trying to decap that critical location. Blueman is on the countdown, 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. Being a little bit brave there. Trying to decap it in range of a Kasrkin squad. Not going to do them any favours. Going to activate the Hurt Me Daddy ability before falling back. Chaos Space Marines over here, armed with their heavy bolter, will manoeuvre along this way. And the line is increasing in depth and size. Got triple guardsman squads, a Kasrkin and a heavy weapons team ready to plonk himself down as and when needed. More commissars as well. Quite the firing line, with a Chaos Rhino coming in and some heavy bolters. Chaos Lord also just jumping out, going for a joyride in the old Chaos Rhino. And yeah, against that firing line, it's not going to want to get involved all that well. We'll see a second field command being popped down. Every upgrade that your commander gets in Dawn of War Pro mod does deny him the second... Well, every tier there's 2 upgrades possible to get. And if you get one, it locks off the other one. But if you get second HQ, you get both. Oh, there we go. Stygian Jambo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and a Crown of Domination. Which is strange, because normally for the Chaos Lord, he's got like a little... One of his upgrades in Tier 1 is like a little banner that increases health regeneration, I think, in a general area. You normally see him jump in to close combat, pop down that banner, and then fight anyone and everyone nearby. But he's gone for the increased range. But again, of course, it also increases health and all that good stuff. Chaos Rhino not giving one iota of care for these guys. They've decapped that critical location. Just driven by. Now possibly looking to spank these listing posts. And there we go, they will go for it. Heavy weapons team, they're still here. Wonderful placement for them, as the Chaos Lord won't be able to slap him anytime soon. Imperial Guard now ignoring the Chaos Space Marines. We'll just maneuver around over here. That firing at these lads. Command Squad, a little bit alone. He's got no friends. And with all this stuff just being left open for a good whacking, his Imperial Guard will just go for it. It's free reign, baby. Machine Pit going for the Chaos Space Marines. And the moment vehicles start coming out to play, these Imperial Guardsmen are going to struggle a little bit. Unless this... Oh, well, this heavy weapons team has turned into a heavy las cannon team, which will certainly help them against those machines. Chaos Rhino, noticing its big mistakes here, is going to come back over. Well, the Chaos Lord taking out a Tech Priest engines here. So it's not all in vain. Chaos Space Marines now going for... Oh, still the same squad with the Heavy Bottle Squad. Absolutely wiping out those Cassicans. And with no Chimeras, these guys can just keep up on top of them. The Imperial Guard lacking in mobility at this present moment in time, but one Cassican has been left to tell the tale. Which is very nice of the Chaos Space Marines. Oh no, never mind. He's going to go in. He will not be the last. He will not live old. Be forgotten by his fallen comrades. Chaos Lord going for this. Decapping all the things. 37 and 29 compared to 84 and 36 there. The economy is doing quite alright, considering that none of these have been upgraded. Very interesting. I imagine that the field command also gives you a little bit of boost as well. Now seeing a sentinel, in fact a couple of sentinels coming out, upgrading themselves with a las cannon. So that Rhino better watch out if it starts to get any ideas. But nothing too crazy coming from the Chaos side of things at the moment. Their composition's quite nice for what they have. Also squishy guardsmen, so they've got the heavy bolters. Got that Chaos Rhino for flanking maneuvers. But these heavy weapons teams are going to prove to be a bit of a ball ache for them. I mean, those Corn Berserkers weren't a bad idea for moving in and slapping around these lads. But then with this impressive firing line, not sure if they're the way forward. Unless, of course, they stick them in a Rhino and move them forward, then unload them, just to take care of these heavy weapons teams. Also, once those guys are down, they'll be able to tie up these Imperial Guardsmen. But there's other options as well. I mean, they've got their Defilers with their artillery bits. The Sentinels looking to get some harassment in there. Chaos Space Marines are over on this side. No Rhino to aid them in their manoeuvring. Listing post being zapped. Chaos Rhino not going to go in for that counter-attack. Sorry, he is going to go in for a counter-attack. I apologise. God, it's really hard to think when you've got hay fever. Jesus. Anyway, these Chaos Space Marines aren't going to be killing these Sentinels anytime soon. But then again, a Possessed Squad might be exactly what they require. Going to rip these lads apart one claw at a time. But the Imperial Guard will come in support. And Chaos Rhino not looking to get involved with this firing line, but they have taken out that relic and the listing post on top of it. Possessed Squad not able to get their warp flame from the sacrificial circle as of yet. But still quite lethal in their own regard. Going to chase away those sentinels all the way. These guardsmen just overextending just ever so slightly. Going to get a bayonet charge on that listing post for some reason. Very interesting.
4 minutes until take and hold victory.
Now we've got triple sentinels. One quite low on health there. We'll need to upgrade him. Well, sorry, not upgrade him. Repair him in the base. Go and see a Inquisitor on the way. Not sure if I've got any upgrades for him. Although we do have some Ogrins manoeuvring in. Chaos Space Marines will catch these Imperial Guard alone over here. Missile launchers on them. We'll scare these lads away. But they have decapped that critical location. Chaos Possessed Marines will do the same over yonder. And now the Cascans gone for their plasma guns, so we'll be able to help them pierce that heavy armour. Minefield also going on around here. Ogrins having a look, a little bit of fresh air. And the Inquisition, here we go. He's going to transport himself along the lines in his command person, listening person, all that, using the tunnels to their full advantage. There's a Chaos Rhino armed with its missile launcher. Thankfully avoiding that minefield there. Very lucky. But yeah, too much firepower for him to deal with. King cough, dear oh dear. Chaos Lord armed with his big fiery mace. Looking to rip people apart in close combat should they come too near. Guardsman having a little sniff at that critical location but won't stay around. It's all about positioning yourself right in this situation. Minefields on either side to prevent any flanking manoeuvres. And the Guardsmen are feeling quite confident going into the base over here. Committed a lot of material into this assault. Inquisitor joining the Ogrins. Keeping these guys away from the main firing line, but they are going to be flanked by a lot of firepower. Grenades going over on those Chaos Space Marines. Missile launchers being fired away, but narrowly missing the Cascans. Ogrins are going to have to fall back and provide some sort of defensive manoeuvring around here. Some kind of buff has been popped on them. Not sure what it is though. Some kind of inquisitorial nonsense, I imagine. And yeah, this is quite the engagement. Cascans surrounded on all sides. Ogrins slapping anyone and everyone who gets too close to them. On auto-reinforced, they should be able to weather the storm. And Sentinels moving around the flanks, start attacking the listening posts on the other side. Possessed Marines far, far away. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to press further into this base. As we have a Defiler on the way out. Sentinels will have to be used to full effect if they're going to take on this Defiler that is to come. Going to further bolster the firing lines of the Chaos Space Marines. And it seems to be, I mean, what, 107 and 46 compared to 98 and 45, so economies have been quite even all the way through the game. But the Chaos Space Marine player seems to be, at the very least, in my humble opinion, looking a little bit more intimidating and threatening than the Guardsmen. Especially with this Defiler just walking unimpeded. But then again, the Tech Priest Engine Seers do have their Cursed Machine Spirit ability. So if you keep them near the front lines, they should be able to stun this Defiler for a little length of time. Need to get those heavy weapons teams ready. There we go, heavy las cannon. Taking himself down, but right in front of this Defiler. Doing a good amount of damage. And there we go. Being stunned. Las cannon just firing into the crotch of the Defiler. The ultimate insult. What a wonderful combination of abilities there. Las cannon though will not survive for very long under this oppressive fire. And command squad has gone down. I do believe it's command squad. Yep, has fallen. Field command over here taking a bit of a beating. But Blueman52 sees the writing on the wall. All these elite units. Although I think he could have saved that, to be honest. He had units available to him. He had defensive capabilities, and he had all the money in the world to buy absolutely everything. Clearly intimidated by the Chaos forces. I mean, even when he's surrendered, I mean, I imagine he's just left the game. So even away from the game, not microing his units whatsoever, he's still killing a fair whack of them. So imagine this with additional micro, even taking out the possessed Marines over here, at least by a good number. But okay, no, I mean, it was fairly exciting. Lots of back and forth, lots of flanking, and all that jazz. So anyway, if you'd like to support the channel, £1 a month does get you one extra game a week on the old Patreon. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.